Hey everyone, thanks so much for tuning in. In this video we're going to take a look at a new offering from Liong Mah in his 2019 catalog. This is the Field Duty, and as he describes it, a folding knife with an emphasis on outdoor use that's still light enough and relatively small enough to carry in the pocket easily. So that's kind of where this design comes into play. It's also kind of a riff on, or a different interpretation of his KUF version 1 or Kitchen Utility Folder version 1. The popularity of non-flippers, or the popularity of that model, let him know that, hey, there's a lot of demand for non-flippers these days, and so that's the reason this one also doesn't have a flipper. So certainly kind of a blend of different designs there. We'll go through the specs, overall impressions, details. We'll certainly spend some time looking at size comparisons, because it is a very large knife with a 4-inch blade. And it is priced as a premium production knife, coming in over $400. So anyways, that's kind of the high level stuff here. Let's jump into the specs. Actually, let me show you guys the 3 different versions or variations that we have here. One is has kind of a carbon fiber overlay here, titanium bolster, although it's not really bolster since that's actually the frame. M390 blade that's a satin finish, and it opens with the opening hole. So that's one. Same thing, but this one has a marbled carbon fiber overlay. And then the last but not least is the full titanium version. A little bit cleaner. Obviously, if you want to anodize, this would be the one to use. So, alright, so those are the 3 variations. I'm going to move these 2 out of the way here, and we're going to grab a few size comparisons. Kershaw dividend right here. Obviously a very large size difference. We've got the Para 2 here. Alright, so what do the full specs look like? Well, it's a 4-inch blade with a 5-inch handle, and we're looking at 9 inches overall, so fairly sizable here. Hopefully this is giving you a good interpretation. The blade stock is coming in at 0.145, and the Para 2 is 0.14, so almost identical. Thickness behind the edge on this one comes in at 0.022 inches, and the Para 2 is 0.025. So Para 2 is just ever so slightly thicker behind the edge, but it is a full flat grind, or just about a full flat grind, just like the Para. So again, hopefully that gives you an idea of the slicing ability. Some other large knives from Liong Mah that are essentially the same size but different designs. We have the Liong Mah Eraser, and then we have the Model 15, his Integral. So again, these ones are also in the realm of 4-inch blades and so forth, but different designs, different applications, all fairly large knives. So let's move those 2 out of the way, and then we'll do some macros with this thing. Now, weight on the specs here, this does weigh in at 5 ounces, and then the titanium model weighs in only at 5.5 ounces, thanks to a fair bit of milling, internal milling on this one to reduce the weight while still maintaining the balance of the knife. So they did a pretty good job keeping the weights very, very similar. Half an ounce, honestly, it's pretty much undetectable in the hand for me, so maybe you guys have some super sensitive hands. I don't know. Some other basic stuff: it does run on bearings, ceramic bearings, ceramic detent ball, titanium hardware throughout. It does utilize a bent titanium clip with a large ceramic ball. Works very, very well. It is deep carry, super useful clip, and it is fully ambi. And considering this knife opens with an opening hole, honestly the entire knife is fully ambidextrous, so that should make some of you guys happy. And it works well with the thumb and the middle finger flick, so, but it is very, very smooth. Over time, I feel like Liong's designs have gotten better, more refined, simpler almost, less busy. And as his designs have improved, or at least in my opinion, the production company that produces this, Riot Knives, they've gotten better and better over time as well. So one thing you'll notice, I think with all of his new offerings and almost all the new knives coming from Riot Knives, is that these things come in and they feel completely broken in. Oftentimes when you buy a knife, there might be a 2-week period where it's smoothing out and then it's really kind of breaking in really well. Well, these ones come and they feel like you've had it for a month and it's just as smooth as it's going to possibly be. So, kudos to them for whatever they're doing to perhaps polish the internal surfaces or whatever it is to break these things in ahead of time. I think that's pretty cool. All right, some macros. M390 steel. There's his logo. Here's the opening hole. They did knock off the edges, so there's no sharp edges around the opening hole. There's his, proprietary pivot, titanium. Look at the mating here between the carbon fiber and the titanium. Really nice. No voids in this carbon fiber. There's the back spacer, lanyard tube that's fully recessed and protected from the blade. That's how you swap the pocket clip over for left or right hand carry. Lock side. There's the lockup. Probably about 25% or so. It's solid. There's no problems. Perfect centering. Did a little bit of chamfering here on the lock bars for disengagement. And this one does not have internal milling because obviously the milling they did on the outside for the carbon fiber saves quite a bit of weight. So, yeah. There's the jimping at the top. Now it does have obviously a large finger choil here, a forward finger choil, so you can choke up on this thing. That's how much extra space I have. Or, hold it regularly by the handle. You come back at extra length on it. It's comfortable both ways. I typically find myself choking up on the forward finger choil. I don't know. You may have a different opinion. Hotspots, there are no hotspots to really speak of. Perhaps right here, this edge, coming way up on it. Right there's a little bit of a sharp edge. So there's two different ways to find hotspots on a knife. One is to grip it, see if you feel anything. The other is to just kind of take your finger and start poking things. So right here it's sharp, but when I'm gripping it, I don't feel that at all. So I don't know if that constitutes a hotspot for some of you or not. And then they did some milling on the inside of the back spacer just to provide extra space for this very, very wide blade here. So, and it does, it feels really thin. Super smooth. So anyways, that's this knife. Again, it's designed essentially for outdoor use. The full flat grind, which will cut very well, but still some thickness behind the edge at .022. It's thinner than a pair of two. Again, it's with folding knives, how much outdoor use are you really going to put it to? If you're really going to beat on it, get a fixed blade, but I think this thing would stand up very, very well. Obviously, Riot knows how to make a knife. They know how to heat treat properly. They cryo quench the blades. So the M390 should be performing to its full potential with this knife. Anything else on this one? I think that's it. If you like non-flippers, if you like knives with opening holes, and you're looking for a larger knife, then this could be a really good one for you. Coming in at over $400. Obviously, it's a very premium price for a production knife, but comes from a premium manufacturer and a premium designer, if we want to call Liong that. So, anyways, that is the Field Duty. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed taking a look. at these different ones. I'm trying to decide which one or which version I like the best. I'm thinking just the regular carbon fiber. Ooh, that full titanium handle has a really unique sound to it, which I kind of enjoy. Not that that affects the knife anyway, but it's those little things that kind of get us enthusiasts. So anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. I will provide links to his website and his new catalog down below. You can follow me on Instagram as Epic Snuggle Bunny, where I post daily content. And as always, more videos to come. Thanks for watching.